Hello guys, good day. Welcome to our summer question series. And this is for basic 5 and 6, just 1 to 3. Why? You know why? Because it's very, very what important. Now let's look at the topic rule of divisibility. Rule of divisibility. Rule of divisibility is a rule that shows you or is how you can know if a number can be divided by another number. Very, very important. How you can know if a number, for example 24, how do you know if 24 is divided by 2? It's going to be very, very helpful to all of you in this class bracket because of prime factorization, long division. It will help you to know all of this. Now, take a look at 2. How do we know that 2 is divisible by, or 2 can divide another number? How do you know that 2 can divide a number? The numbers that 2 can divide, listen, the last digit of those numbers are 0 or even numbers. Are 0 or even what numbers? That's the first rule you must know. Why did you not just go for 1? 1 can divide every number. So for 2, the rule is that the last digits of those numbers that 2 can divide, they are either 0 or even what numbers. And you know that even numbers are numbers that can be divided by 2. So it means that for me to know that 2, 1, 2, how can I be sure that 2, 1, 2 can be divided by 2? The last digit here is 2. Can 2 be divided by 2? Yes, 1. So if 2 can be divided by 2, it means that 2, 1, 2 can be divided by what? 2. And this will give you 2 divided by 2, 1, right? 1 divided by 2, 0. Remainder 1. That 1 joined into this 2 becomes 12. 12 divided by 2 is what? 6. So it works. If I have 215 divided by 2, the last digit of this number that I want to divide by 2, it's not an even number. It's not a number that can be divided by 2. Even numbers are numbers that can be divided by 2. So because 5 cannot be divided by 2, it means that 215 cannot be divided by 2 to give you a whole what number. It will give you a fraction, or you can convert it to a decimal. Let's say 2 divided by 2, 1. 1 divided by 2, 0. 1. 15 divided by 2, 7. 14. Remember 1 over 2. So it cannot be divided exactly. So that's the rule of divisibility of 2. You can pick any number and try it yourself. You can try this. The reason why I'm teaching this because in certain topics in basic 5, basic 6, just 1, 2, and 3, you will be required to divide by 2, 3 by prime numbers, the first 4, 5 prime numbers. So you must be able to know when you can divide numbers and be confident in your division. So let's look at this on 114. Can 114 divided by 2? Yes. Why? Because the last digit 4 can be divided by 2. So you can try it. This should be 57 or something. 57. So I'll be saying that. Very, very important. Now what of 3? 3. How do you know if 3 can divide a number? The rule for 3 is this. The summation of all the digits. Please, summation, add up all the digits. The summation of all the digits must be divisible by 3. What do we mean by summation of all the digits? If you want to know whether 3 can divide a number, if you add all the digits of those numbers together, if 3 can divide this addition of all the digits, it is divisible by 3. Okay, look at this. 81. 81, want to divide 81 by 3. Are we sure that 81 can divide 3 without remainder? How can we be sure that 81 can be divided by 3 without remainder? Add 8 plus 1. Let's add these two together. 8 plus 1. 8 plus 1 is what? 9. Can 9 be divided by 3? Yes. Since 9 can be divided by 3, my 81 can definitely be divided by 3. So 81 divided by 3. That's 8 divided by 3 is 2 remainder. That's 3 times 2, 6. 27. So you can be sure. Look at this. 2, 4, 3. Can we be sure that 2, 4, 3 can be divided by 3? Let's check. 3 plus 4, 7. 7 plus 2, 9. 9 can be divided by 3, right? To give 3. It means that 240 can be divided by what? 3. Can you see that? What of 900? How are we sure that 900 can be divided by 3? Let's add all these digits. 9 plus 0 plus 0, 9. 9 divided by 3 is what? 3. So it can be divided. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So this can be divided by this to give you 300. So you can see how you can know. You can see how you can know. So that's the second row. Then quickly, let's move to the next one, which is 4. 4. How do you know if 4 can divide a number? The last 2 digits, the summation of the last 2 digits, no, rather the last 2 digits is divisible by 4. Not the summation. The last 2 digits is divisible by 4. The last 2 digits is divisible by 4. The last 2 digits is divisible by 4. So if you have this 216, how are we sure that 216 can be divided by 4? Take the last 2 digits. This is the last 2 digits, 1 and 6. Is 1 and 6 divisible by 4? Yes. Since 1 and 6 is divisible by 4 to give 4, it means that 216 can be divided by 4 without remainder. 21 divided by 4, that's 5. 20, remainder 1. 16 divided by 4, 4. Let's take another one. 1600. The last 2 digits, 00 can be divided by 4 to give you 0. So it means that 1600 can be divided by what? 4. Let me take this one. 144. Can 144 be divided by 4? Is it divisible by 4? What's the last 2 digits here? 4 and 4. Can 4 and 4 be divided by 4 without remainder? Yes, 11. So it means that 144 can be divided by 4. Let's try it. 144 divided by 4. 14 divided by 4, that's 3, 12. 24 divided by 4 is what? 6. So that's the rule of divisibility of 4. The last 2 digits must be divisible by what? 4. Now let's go to 5. I think 5 is the easiest. I think you should have encountered or come in contact with 5. How do you know that 5 can divide the number? There are two things. The last digit must be either 0 or 5. The last digit must be either 0 or 5. The last digit must be either 0 or what? 5. So to know that 5 can divide the number, the last digit must be either 0 or what? 5. 0 or what? 5. Look at it. 10. 10 divided by 5. The last digit here is 0, so it can be divided by 5. If you notice, the number that can be divided by 5, the last digit is always 0 or 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. All these digits, the last digit are either 0 or 5. So with that, you can know whether 5 can divide a number or not. Look at this 225. The moment you have 225, the last digit is 5. It can be divided by 5. 11510. The last digit here is 0. It can be divided by 5 without what? Remainder. So that's how to know. Then we'll move on to 7. This 7 is a little bit time consuming, but it's the only known rule. You can check, you can try to see if there's any other rule that is simpler than this. To know if 7 can divide a number, the last digits double it. The last digits double it and subtract from the other digits. If the result is divisible by 7, and check if it's divisible by 7. Okay, let me write this properly. Because it's a lengthy one. Let me write it properly so that you understand. So you first thing, you double the last digits of the number. Let me put this. Double means multiply by 2. Double the last digits of the number. Subtract from the other digits. Subtract from the other digits. The other digit as a whole. Other digits. and check if it's divisible by 7. Divisible by 7. And check if it's divisible by what? 7. So you take the last digits. I think I will have to rub. I believe you've written 2 to 5. Let me rub this off and explain. Okay, so let's have 497. Let me show you how you can know if the number is divisible by 7. 497. Take the last digit here, 7. Double it, multiply by 2. You have what? 14. Double the last digit means you multiply by 2. 14. What is the remaining digit here? 49. Subtract this result from this. 49 minus 14. That's 35, right? 35. Can 35 divided by 7? Yes. Since 35 can be divided by 7, it means that 497 can be divided by what? 7. First thing is long, but this is the best we've got, and it was even discovered recently by a student, and I think high school students. So if you can be challenged to take this up and see how you can easily know different from this, if a number can be divided by 7, it will be credited to you. So to know if this whole number can be divided by 7, take the last digit here, which is 7, multiply by 2, 14, subtract it from this, the other digits, 14 subtracted from 49, you have 35. Is this number divisible by 7? Yes. If it's divisible by 7, it means that this whole number can be divisible by 7. Let's try another one. 7, 7, 7. Take this last digit, 7, multiply by 2, you have what? 14. 77 minus 14. That should be 63, 63, 63. 63 can be divided by 7 to give you 9, Abby. Is it 9? Yeah. So it means that 777 can be divided by what? 7. Let me look for a number that can be divided by 7 that does not end with this 7. Because let me look for a number that let me see. Okay, let me give 7749. How do you know that this number can be divided by 7? Okay, how do you know? The last digit is 9. So 774, you multiply it by 2, 18 minus 18. 9 times 2 is 18, right? So 774 minus 18, 774 minus 18. 6, 1. 14 divided by 14 minus 8. That should be 7 now. No, 6. 14 minus 8 is 6. Right? Yeah, 6, 5, 7. Can 756 be divided by 7? You can still check, you can still continue the chain. You can check if this one can be. Let's say you don't know if 756 can be divided by 7, but I can see that it can be divided by 7. I know. But let's say you don't know, you can still check. So you break it down to you get what you are sure can be divided by 7. This is what I mean. Take 6 times 2, 12. 75 minus 12, that's 63, right? So you check, and 63 divided by 7, yes. So if 63 can be divided by 7, it means 756 can be divided by 7. If 756 can be divided by 7, it means that 7749 can be divided by what? 7. So if you have a bigger number, that's how you check, and you get back. So this is the rule of divisibility, which you need to apply when you are dealing with problems like prime factorization, etc. So let me know what you think about this. You can comment, you can like, you can share. I wish to give you numbers to check, but can I do that? Can I do that? Can I do that? Okay, let me try my best. It's going to be limited because I'm giving you from my head. It's okay. Check. Can the following be divided by? Can the following? I think let me just rub this off. It should be from my head. But Please, what you need to do after this is to memorize the rule of divisibility. Memorize it. If you can recite it, recite it, recite it, recite it. Once you recite it, you know it, you can just apply it. Can 112 be divided by 2? 2? Yes or no? Can 305 be divided by 3? Yes or no? Can 995 be divided by 5? Yes or no? Can 441 be divided by 4? Just practice with this. Like a 4 by 5. I missed something there. Okay, I just read it for 7. Can 770 be divided by 7? Show with proofs. Show with proofs. So, thank you. This might just be the last class. Let me see how my schedule is, because I said, if based on the schedule I put out there, I said if there's any readings to, maybe I miss a class, something, I can easily create time next week to do that. So this might just be, or since this is a bonus for everybody, I think I might just have another class for these classes. Yes, 1, 2, 3, this is 5 and 6. So see you later. Goodbye.